Put a little bit of the rub, nigga, I gotta be safe.
Let's get to sports talk.
You know I've talked about it. You've heard me believe in the concept of OODA loop. Talked about it with Tim Legler. My kid's soccer coach brought it up with me. It's OODA loop. And in games like basketball or soccer, which are constantly fluid and moving environment, the person's the best player is the person that loops OODA the fastest. I'm going to explain, don't worry. OODA stands for observe, orient, decide, and act. Your brain is constantly looking around you going, what's the situation? What's the action? How do I orient myself into the action? How do I make a decision and quickly act and then go back? Because the minute you act, you've changed the environment, right? So you're back to observing and orienting. And if you can do that faster than everyone else, you're playing the game literally 2 or 3 seconds ahead of everybody else. That concept of OODA loop was developed by a fighter pilot named John Boyd, who helped develop Air Force dogfighting strategies, and by the way, the F-16 fighter pilot jet to help win dogfights. The jet was supposed to keep up with the OODA loop of the fighter pilot's brain. Kevin De Bruyne is a player like this in soccer. I love him. LeBron James is a player like this in basketball, which you just see they're playing the game literally on a reel 3-4 seconds, maybe 2 seconds ahead of everybody else. I think Sean Lee, the linebacker for the Cowboys, plays like that. Luke Kuechly, Ray Lewis did. You're always there. It's not about...
I get what Will's saying. Like Luke is like one of the smart young players already. Like he came in the league and made an impact. Averaged 20 points last year. Follow up this season, he having a good year again. When you know you're the franchise player, it make you play well because you know this is your team right here. And then the team believe in you and get you another good, solid star next to you in Porzingis. That easily help you out. Because y'all could be a dynamic duo this year. Like, he's one of the top players in this league right now. Determine what he do on that court. He know how to get you open. He know how to create and get guys open shots. I seen the game against the Lakers. He draw 2 players to him. Smith was open in the corner. Hit a shot, potentially could have had him win the game. It's like small things like that what he could do. The tension he could bring on that court. You would think he'd take the last shot, but he could bring all that tension to him and kick it to somebody that's wide open. Like, he one of the smart point guards at his age that can get the job done. The little small things he could do for that team. And look what happened. Look at the turnaround. They're having an okay year so far. I feel like having Porzingis with him is going to elevate his game a lot more. It's helping him out because you have another guy besides you who had an all-star year when he was with the Knicks before he got hurt. But Luka Doncic, like, it's just the things he can do. He's a good passer, good leader, know how to finish, a closer. Like, he got all of them. He got all them traits right there. When you watch him play, how everybody be around him, be energized because his energy and his presence on that court made everybody play well.
Your natural speed, why'd you always have that extra step to be there before the action got there? I love that kind of player. I love that. And Luka is that. But it wasn't me that brought this up. It was Ryan Hollins, ESPN NBA analyst, who said this yesterday.
We can honestly flirt with top 10, Will, and me and you had this discussion. That's the one thing we actually agree upon. You have to love Luka, and the way he's playing, Will, he may slide into that top 10 category.
Ooh,
I can't name somebody other than LeBron James that does what he does.
It's hard. Now, name 9, 10 players better than Luka Doncic right now. I did it. After Ryan said that, I was like, well, let's find out. I'm talking about right now. Right now, is he a top 10 player in the league? Now, let us say this. Because we're saying right now, injured dudes don't get in the discussion. So KD is not in this discussion right now. Steph is not in. Paul George is not in. Klay Thompson, if you think he's verging on top 10, is not in the discussion. Right now, playing the game, I think Luka Doncic is no lower than 10. Think about it this way. Rough here. Rough top 10 agreement. Kawhi 1, Giannis 2, LeBron 3. We'll go Harden 4, AD 5. Let's not quibble about the exact order. The point is to say these guys are all above Luka for now. 6, Damian Lillard, although I think it's getting closer. 7, Joel Embiid. 8, Karl Anthony Towns is playing out of his mind. I'm pushing myself. I'm trying to push my own homerism. I'm not 100% on Dame or Karl Anthony Towns, but I'm pushing myself. 9, Jokic. Not having a great season, was great last year. He's averaging 15 points a game. I still respect Jokic's game. Even if I give you Jokic, who else? That puts Luka at 10. Now listen, you're going to say to me, Kyrie is literally averaging 31 points a game, and I get that.
Like, Luka changed Dallas' organization again. I feel like he could get them in the playoff this year. Because he having a good sophomore year. He just countered on everything happened last year to this year. It ain't like he ain't lost a step. It ain't look like, you don't think he a young player. You don't think he's a lot older. Because how poised he is, how calm he is, the things he do on the court is unbelievable. Like the way he could create and get guys open every time. And then you can run a pick and roll game with him or Porzingis, with his passing skills. That's why this team's so nice, that you have a nice young point guard.
I'm serious. If you gave me a choice between Kyrie and Luka for this season, right now, and who I'd rather have run my team, I'd rather have Luka. Mm-hmm. But if you want to really, really go with my neck, and you want to say you're nuts and Kyrie's definitely in there, are you sure Jokic is? Are you sure Kat is? Are you sure about all these guys? Who else is even in this debate? I would take Luka Doncic over Russell Westbrook. I would take Luka Doncic over Pascal Siakam. I would take Luka Doncic over Jimmy Butler right now. Luka.
One thing about Luka Doncic, though, you see he could carry his team. That's the difference from other certain players that can't carry their team. For him to be young, he can do that. And I give it up to Dallas. You gave him another star player. So that means he don't have to do a whole lot. Because he know he got another guy right there, Porzingis. So he don't have to do so much. And that's why he having a good year so far, because he know ain't a lot on his shoulder. He have another guy to lean on. So that make his job much easier.
Doncic is a top 10 player in the NBA.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content,